Hey there, everyone. Yesterday we landed on this ship that is about to itself land on a planet and cause a planetary disaster, and we met the mentally damaged denizens that live aboard this ship, that live their daily lives and are pretty much just poor, broken people. So we gave the bear to JC and got the blocks from him, some of them anyway. So now we're going to go north to where they grow all their pot. Isn't this just a lovely looking place? But we're not going to go here just yet. We're going to go in the room to the right, and we're going to meet one more person. This is Maul. Maul is a blubbering mess. We can try to talk to her, but we generally won't get very far. McCoy, shut your damn mouth. You're not doing us any favors here. Right, okay. Well, then let's talk to Maul. Who are you? Stambob is the little perm-headed kid that we passed by on the way to play chess with Rackaback and Gormagon. I'm a terrible mother. You really generally don't get much farther than that with her. Let's see if we can see why she's so sad. Do you have any children, lady? I resent that. Do I look like a woman, really? Tried to do right, but everything died and I can't give him what he wants. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, we have a couple choices here, both fairly good. What is it you can't give him? Give him safe food. He really likes fresh fruit. Now he can't have it anymore, and it's all my fault. So in order to make this woman happy, we're going to have to make some fresh food. And there is plenty of food we have around this ship, but here we go. Aw, that's sweet. That's a nice choice. There you go. Have something to hold on to. Well, we aren't going to get much else out of her, but we can get some food out of here. Alright, we have a cereal box here that we can get. This is the bad food that Mole is talking about. The food has chemicals in it. Let's go ahead and medical scan it and see if we can get anything out of that. The food in this little box is a tad high in carbohydrates. Okay, it's not great. It would supply about 1/4 to 1/3 of a day's average caloric needs and includes protein, fats, fiber, and a bit of spices and flavorings. There are also drugs in the food, however, psychoactive. Most appear to be calmatives and tranquilizer class drugs with some endorphin-like euphorics. So that's why Maul is sad, because all the food has drugs in it, and she wants to give her son fresh food that, so that she'll be able to feed him fresh food and he won't have drugs in him all the time. So he can play and he can be a boy. So now we return to the Hydroponics lab. But we see not everything is great in here. We have Clar in here, of course. But we have this over here. Let's go ahead and do more medical scans. Sly reference to Kirk there. But if we scan this dead one right here, we can try to figure out what's wrong with it. A little recalibration. Basically, they're starving to death for lack of active organic compounds. Fertilizer, basically. Okay. And we have the materials necessary to make fresh food out of here. So first, we want to get the keg off the glass casing. The feeder hose comes free in a mechanism. Pull it out of the way. Yuck! It is rank in there. But we have here this feeder hose, this little keg right here, and we can put things into it in order to make nutrients so that we can make fresh food. If we go ahead and we put it right here, the computer will scan it. The nutrient broth in this container has become contaminated. It should be disinfected before the container can be reused. Interesting. So a good way we have to disinfect things is to use our phaser on them. Yikes. That's quite a stench right there. Ugh, that didn't even look good. The container must be refilled with nutrient broth before it is replaced for use. Alright, the other hose just makes burping noises. So, what's the deal here? Why is Why is another hose just making burping noises? No life form registration. The keg only has inert chemicals inside, none of which would sustain life, at least not in their present form. So we need to put something in here that we can melt down so that it can feed off of it. That's why we have Jakesy's blocks here. The blocks fit through the opening, splashing as they plunge into the liquid. And now, we phaser it again. And we melt those blocks down. There we go. You stop and the container quickly cools. I think that did it. So let's scan it again, make sure we did it correctly. But we have succeeded in brewing up a nutrient-rich liquid ideal for these here plants. So let's take our keg and let's reattach it to the feeder hose. And once we pass through a few times, we'll be able to grow fresh fruit. And we'll be able to cheer up Maul. You hear gurgling and see the nutrient broth begin swirling through the liquid medium. The dying plants seem to perk up before your very eyes. So all we have to do is pass through a few times. And once they are fully ripe, we'll be able to get them. So we just need to go back and forth a few times. Shut up, FaZe. Alright, getting there. Shut up, FaZe. There we go. That should be fresh for the picking, I do believe. Dropping into your hand like it belongs there. Wondrous. We have done a good thing today. So now we can use Maul to our own devious ends. And we can talk to her. We can give her the... well, as soon as we get everything together here, we don't want to talk to her. We want to use the fresh fruit on her. You got the plants to give fruit again. Oh, I'm so happy. Her son loves fruit. Alright. So we have Maul's word that it's okay to give the food to him. So let's talk to her and let's try to get a few things out of her. Okay, yeah, there's nothing really we can do for her at this point. Aww, that's no good. Fuck up, lady. No, of course not. Aww. Well, there is one thing we can do here. We need to take this food and we're going to take it over here to this little machine. This is going to pump the food even more full of drugs. There we go. The food in this box is prepared with standard quantities of tranquilizing alkaloids, calmatives, and euphorics. The drugs and chemicals added in preparation cannot be extracted without degradation of their potency. Okay, and now we want to add some more stuff to it. Well, I guess we want to use McCoy on it. He's the food adding man. A first aid stop. Okay. I'm trying to accomplish a certain something here, and that is to turn this food into something even more drugged up, because we need to get past Tuscan. Okay. And he said to tricorder it to get a better beat on what to do here. I can even use this workspace to concoct medicine if I've got the stuff to work with. And we don't need another one at this point, so maybe we can go ahead and use the box on it at this point. Let's try talking to Maul. Maybe we can okay, no, she's just gonna start crying again. So let's go give Stambob the fresh fruit, because I don't think we can do this right now. I think I've lost my way in terms of order a little bit. Stambob loves himself some fresh fruit, though, so if we can get on Maul's side, and we can get on Stambob's side, yes, I am forgetting something. As I'm going to Stambob's, I realize what I'm forgetting now. Alright, we're going to go over here and we're going to give Stambob the fresh fruit, because his mama said it was okay. Thank you. Alright. So now let's go ahead and talk to him some more. I'm Stambob. Did my mom say I could talk to you? Yes, she did. Nothing much to tell. We sleep here when we're tired. And Tuscan and his friends have taken over the playroom. So we can get a few little pieces of information out of him here. No, they are not nice people, as we've already seen in the chess game. Yes. How about you show me this, bad food? That's right, there's drugs in the food. Food doesn't look so good anymore. Yes, show us that food, please. This is the key to getting past the playroom and figuring out just what exactly is going on in this place. See, it went bad. There we go. We're gonna take ourselves a little sample. All right. Slippery, sloppy, stinky, and goopy. Kind of like what I went into the toilet earlier. All right, now that we have the bad food, we can synthesize it in this machine over here, and it will turn it into like this little long, white, narrow box. This is what I was forgetting to do earlier. You can't just do this with the regular food. You have to get some pretty nasty food. It can be reduced to a high-potency tranquilizer. The undesirable emetics and purgatives can be eliminated, meaning the machine can make it so you won't throw up if you eat it. Yes, we want to continue doing that. Done. The drug is prepared. Bring over the food you wish dosed with the drug, and the tranquilizer will be added. So we're going to add our cereal box now. Okay. The high potency dosage of alkaloid tranquilizer you have added may be prepared, may be added now if you wish. Go ahead. So now what you see is we have this thing right here. So we want to give it to Maul to give to Tuscan. There we go. Hey, Stambob, how's it going? Didn't expect you to pop in right now. Mom, these nice people got me some fruit and it's fresh and everything. Don't be sad no more, Mommy. Son, I'm so glad. Such an emotional day around here. Going back to my room, Mom, but I wanted you to know. Wasn't that nice? Well, now, maybe she'll do a favor for us then. Well, yeah, she wants to hang on to that. So let's talk to her. Thanks for what you did for my son. You made fresh fruit. Even Tuscan will eat food if I give it to him, and he doesn't trust anyone. So if you ever need help, just show me what you want to give him. Which, again, let's go ahead and show this to her. Tuscan will only accept food from you. Yes, please do that for us. Alright, so now we're going to go back to the playroom, and we're going to try to get past, what's his name? Tuscan. Alright, now we're going to try to get past Tuscan and see what's beyond the playroom and try to talk to the builders. Yes, we know this whole spiel already. They say this every time we come in this room. Usually after a point, the Klingons stop talking, but they're going to observe what goes on here. And now, I didn't do this before, but in the time during the pause, I went back and I got some food. You need to give some food to Tuscan so that he won't trust you. I like to take the fresh fruit because he thinks it looks fresh, but then he backs out at the last second. Nuh-uh. I don't eat nothing without Maul. All that paranoia is getting to him, but she said she would do us a favor, so she's going to come and serve him the quote-unquote good food, because only she can convince him that food is good. You know you can trust me, Tuscan. Yeah, sure am hungry. Sounds good to me. Slump. Well, that's about it for Tuscan. So, let's try to walk back that way, shall we? Is there anything we can do here? Let's try talking to these guys. Tuscan's afraid. Afraid of what? Well, Tuscan's just confused. I don't think I should go into it right now, but he thinks if people knew all about this place, they'd hurt his mind. Yeah, Gormagon actually seems like a pretty reasonable guy, so, I'm more interested in a good fight than in talking. Well, since he's the one all interested in fighting, maybe we should just take him out of the picture altogether. Bye-bye, Rackaback. But efficient. So now that Gormagon doesn't have anybody to talk him down or talk him out of things, we should try talking to Gormagon again. Maybe, maybe not. Ah, once again, Mole stepping in to save the day. Mole, Mall, whatever. I can never find a pronunciation I want to stick with. Well, there you go. There's a good case for you. I think I should show you the way into the heart of the phase, the secret entry that Tuscan is so afraid of. Walking like one of the Bushwhacker brothers. That never fails to crack me up. Alright, now we're going to go down into the heart of the phase and hopefully meet the builders. This is the last room on our journey today. It's going to be a fun one, I do believe. This looks like a pretty scary place, so we might want to just go ahead and save our progress here before anything too terribly weird happens. Let's go ahead and replace a previous game here. Alright, let's see what's going on. Spock, look at some of these machines. This bubble exhibits no interesting features, but this bubble does. Machinery is inaccessible and the exact nature of it, indefinite. Well, maybe Uhura knows more about it. She's Miss Communications Lady, and the communications stuff around here was broken. Okay, can't tell much about it. So she's not so useful after all here. What's over here in this open panel? We'll need a connector and some wire to repair this, Captain. Well, don't we just happen to have exactly those things? We have a connector wire. A delicate operation, easily mishandled. Okay, we should start off with the light bar then. There we go. Okay, let's take the light bar to Clar then, since he seems to know it all here. Polishes off both ends of that pole rather nicely, I must say. Alright, cool. Well, now we have the connectors off the end of it, so there we go. I think you'll find it fits just right here. Okay, and now we have the pieces of wire. Those will both go in here. And that will fix the computer just enough for us to access it. That's it. That fixes the broken connection. There we go. Thank you. I am now once again whole and no longer an intelligence divided against myself. If we were playing the talkie version of the game, we would realize that it now has a single voice instead of a harmonic voice. Okay. See, I already knew that though, because I've listened to this and I played this a million times before. There we go. And it hasn't suggested we go get something to eat either. Although now that I think about it, I could go for some Arby's right now. Oh, well, okay. No, absolutely not. Let's be nice to the Klingon. Let's defer to him. He will note our courtesy, and he will file it away for future kind treatment. That you give me first place to speak is a mark of honor, Captain Kirk, and does not pass unnoticed. Particularly in the light of the urgency of your own questions. I know you're champing at the bit to ask your own questions, but it's nice that you let me go first. So here we go. Here's kind of the history of this ship and what happened as it was going through Klingon space. We expect assurances that data you may have collected there will not reach the hands of those who mean us harm. Okay, there's no need to be mean to the computer, but Yes, you just don't listen to my aide. He needs to shut his mouth. There we go. I think that's fair, especially for a Klingon. He is highly unrepresentative of his species, but of course in a good way. There we go. Yeah, see, if I had something I would give it to you, but I don't have anything. Okay. You were not listening clearly, aide. Silence! Yes! Shut his mouth. He is so freaking annoying. Uh-oh. Now they're arguing with each other in Klingon. I have no idea what any of this says. Okay. Here we go. Now we need to get things going. Primary reason we came aboard was to find a way to stop you from landing on top of our colony on Adibus. Wait, hold on. Okay, yeah, that's a nice question to ask. You suffer a mental breakdown when a wire burns out. Yes, curiouser and curiouser. This is very long. This is a nice answer right here. Any answer that scrolls twice, you got to imagine is a pretty good answer. Okay, and this is also this is also relevant. Let's see, but I'm going to go with answer number... There's still a fourth one, and you can go through these all day. They all seem, they seem pretty good. Ah, that's a relevant choice right there. Nope, that's not all we want to hear right now. I want to hear how the systems became damaged. Okay, that's weird. Then there are other questions. So you can just kind of go through and keep asking. And when you clarify one answer, more answers will pop up. There's more data than I can easily explain. Oh, I haven't made it available. And this is when the Paralens comes down from the ceiling. Yes, that's quite true. Then there are other questions? No, that's it for now. Going to go ahead and we'll talk to you if we have more questions. Alright, here we go. Let's take this Paralens, and now we're going to attach it to where this bubble came down. So let's put that in there, and now we can access the library. But things are not as they seem just yet. We can still talk to the computer, and we can talk about lots of different things. We can talk about compassion, the name of a Ceta-class starship. We can research a lot of things. But there are still things that it's leaving out. The Diagi decision, a landmark of planet-wide consensus. And you pretty much just have to keep going through all these answers until finally Kirk will get kind of PO'd. There you go. You keep saying you can't answer or you lack data. If you don't know, then who does? Good question. Let me introduce you to my builders. And this is the segue to the final mission of the game. You've shown yourselves to be the representatives of spacefaring peoples we, the Braska, would most trust to make first contact with. The contest has been in progress for some time. Situations in which your true colors have been explored. The invitation has been made. You may return to your ship if you prefer, or you may step through whenever you are ready. Then the final round begins. And though this be madness, yet there is method in it. There we go. So Clar's going. I'm all in. Oh, Aid, whatever. Get a grip on yourself and act like an officer. But once we attempt to pass through, they're still fighting. Help me knock out my mad captain and I will take him away and out of your hair. What's going on between them? Well, okay. Yeah, Blue Book indeed. Well, so now we're going to pass through, and that's going to take us directly into mission number 8. Yet there is method in it, which we will explore tomorrow. They've disappeared off the sensors? What do you mean, laddie? They've just vanished. Where did they go? We will learn tomorrow.